you knew Ohtani was hitting a home run last night, right? Like, Joe Davis basically called it. It was bobblehead night. Dudes were camped out for 5 hours before the game to get this thing, and he walks it off. It was incredible.
Two things. Number one, I turned it off.
Oh.
Okay, I missed it. I totally missed it.
Wow.
Look, I'd been out of town for a while. It was one of those time to clean out the DVR. So I was watching last week tonight. I was watching Sunday's John Oliver off the DVR at that time. And then I saw on the Twitter or the X, whatever the heck we call it now, that Ohtani-san had walked it off. As for you had to line up to get the bobblehead, people, this was not a first 5,000 in the building at the Ravine get the bobblehead. Last night was everybody got a bobblehead night. You did not have to line up early. Now, you probably had to get there early to beat traffic, because we all know, especially with the MLB at the ballpark app, like the parking can be a mess. We all know, getting in and out of the Ravine. But you didn't have to get there early because everybody got the bobblehead. And yes, you knew that Shohei Ohtani rises to the occasion and he meets the moment and he was going to hit one out. And he did. It barely cleared the wall, but guess what? It counts.
Barely.
It got out to left center.
Felt like Harris was going to rob it for a second.
And to quote the great Jack Buck, we'll see you tomorrow night. Although it wasn't Kirby Puckett off Charlie Lee Brandt, and it wasn't the World Series, it was only the Dodgers getting to an 8-0 opening. Now, some of those games were in March. Some of those games were in Tokyo, but they count. Okay? And the Dodgers are 8-0. Big deal. Of course, the Dodgers are 8-0. They spent a lot of money. They're the best team in baseball. They won the championship a year ago.
Is he the best bang for your buck in sports?
Shohei?
Yeah. Like, pay a ticket, whatever you pay for your ticket, whatever you pay to watch them on TV, whatever the Dodgers are literally paying him. Is he the best value in sports?
So, in the sports currently being contested right now, that's a good one. What is the list? Because we talked yesterday about NBA players that I don't know that I would show up for. They have 9-figure contracts, but no one's ever bought a ticket for them. If this player is coming to town, I am going. We had two of them here last night. We had Shohei, who's here all the time. We also had Messi in town last night wearing those awful pink jerseys. I legitimately was angry. I didn't realize he was in town. That's one of the ones I missed because I would have gone to see Messi. I've never seen Messi in person.
Me neither.
I should have done that last night. I think they're in town for 2 nights, but I highly doubt. I think that was it. I think we missed it. Anyway, Messi's on the list. Shohei's on the list. Steph Curry's on the list. I still think LeBron, even though he's been around for 40 years, I still think LeBron is on the list. Is Ovechkin on the list right now that he's knocking on Gretzky's door?
He's going to get it.
Yeah, he's going to get it. So he has to be on the list because if he comes to town right now, it means he could be making history that night on the ice. But regardless, Ovechkin is the one who, unless you're a hockey fan, you don't realize the greatness that, I don't want to say you're witnessing, you're missing. You're missing the greatness. And that is not a knock on hockey. But he does not, outside of the hockey world, have that superstar marquee value to the average sports fan. Messi does.
Patrick Mahomes, obviously.
Mahomes on the list, clearly. And to your point, who are those guys that always deliver?
Yep. That
list almost always delivers. And Shohei might be on top of the list. Maybe Mahomes is second. No. I would go Shohei, Curry, Mahomes.
I mean, look, this past Super Bowl was the first time Mahomes really never delivered in a big game on a big stage.
He also got the snot beaten out of him, and his O-line was a sieve.
Yep.
Yeah. It's not all his fault.
Brady was on the list. Brady always delivered.
Always, seemingly. But he was human. Yep. I mean, they lost regular season games.
Yeah, they lost Super Bowls. It happens.
Right. Yeah. I would have to think that you knew Shohei, rather.
Was going to do something special.
Because that's what he does. Yeah. It's just what he does. Greatest baseball player I've ever seen. Period. And
I know we talk about Barry Bonds here.
Griffey.
Even Roger Clemens.
Okay, go back to Bonds' steroid seasons. You could not throw a pitch past him.
It was still incredible to watch.
He might take 17 straight pitches waiting for you to throw one, But when you threw one, he would hit it 430 feet into the water.
There's that at bat that's super viral. Him and Eric Gagne when Gagne was at the peak of his powers.
It's like 26 pitches.
Also on steroids.
Yeah.
But it's amazing. It's the best, most dominant closer against the best, most dominant hitter. And what happened? Bonds takes him deep. It's an incredible, 2 minutes of video.
There's some great viral videos going around right now. I think Chipper Jones talking about pitching to Bonds. Remember that one? Like Bobby Cox. Have you seen that one? Man, I spent too much time on social media.
When they asked Chipper Jones who was the best player ever, and Barry Bonds was the best, and he laughed. He was like,
He told a story about how Bobby Cox was furious at his team because they had the pre-series meeting, and he told them, you do not pitch to him in any way, shape, or form at any moment, at any time. And then in the ninth inning, of course, he hits a walk-off. And Bobby Cox lit up the clubhouse afterwards, which would have been great, fantastic, must-see TV. And then coming up next on TBS, in the heat of the night.
Yeah, the Brady Bunch. In the heat of the night. Always at 05 or 35.
Shohei showed up, and Shohei hit the homer. And the Dodgers have the best record for any defending champion ever. They just passed the, wait for it, 33 Yankees, a Ruth and Gehrig team. Before the season began, I think the day the Cubs opened in Tokyo, was watching ESPN, and they had, I think, Jeff Passan on. And they did will the Dodgers break the all-time record of 116 victories?
A lot of wins.
And Passan laughed. He's like, no! I think it was Passan. Or maybe it was Buster. I don't know. I think it was Passan.
No.
Let's go orange. He's like, no, I'm not going to say that. He goes, in 2001, the Mariners won 116 games. But other than that, and that was in a 162-game season, obviously, it was the 1906 Cubs that last won, before those M's, 116 games. It's happened twice in 108 years. So no, I am not going to say it's going to happen, because it happens once every 100 years, basically. So no. Well, they're 8-0, and they find a way every night, and they're better than you, and they spend more money than you. So I'm telling you, there's a chance. That's it.
Babe Ruth was 38 in 1933.
38?
And led the league in walks.
And you know what he did when he got back to the hotel room every night?
Drank his face off.
He bathed in a bathtub full of beer.
And ate a bunch of hot dogs.
And then he went back out there and
did it again the next night.
How big was his bat? Brotman 50.
It was like it was one of the heaviest bats that you could use back then.
And you know what?
Still hit 301 at age 38.
Coming up next, can you imagine Babe Ruth with a torpedo bat?
Oh, 8,000 home runs.
Yeah. How do you know he didn't use a torpedo bat? What would you rather have, a torpedo bat or a bat that's filled with Super Bowls like Albert Bell allegedly did?
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.